Hello, I'm Cheryl Meyer, and I'm otherwise known as Cheryl M. Health Muse. And what my goal is to inspire you to lead a healthier life. So when I proposed my podcast, I proposed that we present it in two different segments. The first one is It Feels Good to Feel Good, Future-Proof Your Health, where I get to share everything I have learned to return my health back to relative wellness and to live a pain-free life in spite of the fact that I have autoimmune disease. But the second part of my podcast is this episode, and that's Tell Me Your Story, the Health Muse is in. My concept with this is it's all fine and well that you hear me tell my story, but I get a lot of, it's all fine and well that it worked for you, but it's not going to work for me. And I wanted you to hear that there are lots of people out there that have made changes in their lifestyle that have supported their health and brought them back to relative wellness. We all have a couple things in common. We all owned our own health. Whatever the doctor was suggesting we did was going on a parallel path to us making these lifestyle changes where we did things that cleaned up our toxic load. We all pay attention to our body. You'll hear jazz in the background because I want you to listen to the rhythm of your health, and I want you to pay attention to what your body is telling you. My body had been trying to tell me that I was going to topple over into toxic load for some time. I just wasn't listening. So if you clean up your lifestyle and if you listen to your body, you have a very good chance not of being deprived in any way, but returning to feeling darn good. And that's what these podcasts are really all about. So thank you for joining me. This is going to be a Tell Me Your Story, the Health Muse is in episode, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that we all inspire you to lead a healthier, happier life. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Tell Me Your Story, the Health Muse is in. And we have a very special guest today who is a woman of incredible positive energy that I met because she invited me to be a guest on her Facebook page. And then I discovered she had had a series of health crises that through mindset and Reiki, she had overcome. And she just shared with me, she also dropped a microwave on her foot and completely damaged it. But she has, with mindset and Reiki, she moves, she's filled with life, and I want her to share her story because a lot of the people that we've talked to on this show have done lifestyle changes where they've completely changed their diet, they've gotten up, they've gotten out, they move, they do all the things that we know will bring people back to health. But she's added the huge mindset factor, and that's why I want you to meet Angel Marie. It's Angel Marie Monacelli. She just told me I should pronounce it the Italian way. So at any rate, I am delighted to have Angel Marie Monacelli here with us today, and you're going to love her because she is the founder of the Shine On movement, which is all about positive energy. So welcome to my show. I'm so delighted to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Cheryl, and thank you. I'm very excited, and I love that you're helping people, and your commitment to bringing people on that help others, that, you have these experts come on and these wonderful coaches that really help everyone in their journey. So thank you for that. And I'm thrilled, and thank you for listening in. And yes, mindset is really important. It really is. And it can help you to stay out of pain. It can help you to see your life differently, but it also is about understanding to get out of your mind also.
Right.
I know.
And out of your body, because if you only focus in on the pain, then you're going to feel the pain.
Absolutely. And really recognizing that your brain can only do one thing at a time. So what are you really focusing on is what you're getting. And we kind of understand that. We go, oh yeah, I know what I think about, I bring about. Oh yeah, I've heard that before in this light worker world. And I'm trying to get that understanding. And I say, stop trying to get the understanding and feel. Come from here.
Right.
Yeah. And then once we come from here, we understand the mindset. So, how did I get to here? Well, years ago, when I was diagnosed, when what happened was, is I not only almost died once, not twice, but 3 times. And that first time when I went to that doctor and he said, you're this close to having a heart attack, you're already previously diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, and Sjogren's. What are you doing, Angel? You're totally stressed. And I looked at him and I said, I am at a wellness center, Lightworkers Gifts, and I am providing people to how to change their lives from the inside out. And he said, Angel, it's killing you. I remember looking at him walking out that door, sitting in the car. I didn't want to call anyone. All I wanted to do was cry. And
And
I did.
I also, when I got sick, my conventional doctor, who told me it was all in my head, told me that my cortisol was almost to Addison's disease, but it wasn't there yet. So what's to do? So that scared me. That's where I started researching because I figured, let's deal with it before we get diseased. And so I made some I was working 24/7 and I thought stress was good for me. I thought it was making me get more done. It actually was slowing down my productivity and it was ruining my health. And it was one of the big reasons I got autoimmune disease. So sorry, didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, for
Yeah, it,
anybody out there dealing with stress, it accumulates and you don't want to be in the chronic or toxic level of the stress spectrum.
in really understanding that little stress and big stress, the body doesn't know the difference. It's
Mm-mm.
stress. And when you go to flight or flight in your head, that's stressful. And women, when we go to flight or flight, you stay in it for 24 hours. And men, you stay 8 hours. Doesn't that make sense? Because you can get in an argument in the morning with your husband, and by dinner, he's like, hey, honey, what's for dinner? And you're like, rah.
Yep, it
There's,
lingers.
and it really does accumulate. So the next day, you still have it. So can I give a real easy tip right now to get out of flight?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, because your neural nets, this is quantum physics. This is not woo woo. This is quantum physics. It cannot be denied or argued. The 7 laws of the universe. What happens to your neural nets, your peptides, when they snap, if something happens, as soon as that happens, recognize it, aware of it, be responsible for the action. And what is the action? Take a deep breath. Diaphragmic breath, right? Diaphragm breath. When you do that, the cortisol, the dopamine, there's more and more, and all of those go, oh, we're okay. Oh, we're okay. That's the important part of that, because what's happening is we're all getting stuck. We really are. And it sucks to be stuck in this energy when you're in that fear place. And right now out there, it is. And I like to make jokes of it. It's a shit show of negativity out there.
It is more so than I can ever remember in my life.
Yes,
And so those of us who believe in positivity have got to be out there to be the change we want to see, because it's needed more now than ever.
it really isn't. And the thing is it's just not acceptable that most people are stuck and they're really just not breathing. That's the biggest. They
Right.
just
And I don't know where all the anger is coming from, but breathing is critical. And it can actually reset your parasympathetic nervous system, which is right here at the back of your neck. And by resetting your parasympathetic nervous system, then you come down and you come into a space that's far healthier for your body. Because if you're in that stuck, bad energy, stress energy space, you're doing all kinds of damage to your body, starting with your gut and your mind. So,
Absolutely. And you know, and let's fast forward to the second time I almost died. And what happened was, is I went to the doctor, is getting sicker and sicker again. Went back to the doctor, and he says, "You have mold poisoning." And I'm like, "Mold poisoning? How did what?" And then I realized I had got out of my light workers gifts and closed it. And then I started going to different places and teaching, you know, carving out what I wanted to do with my business. And I recognized I was in a place that had mold. And he said, again, you're this close to dying. And I had to step back and look at, where do I want to go? How do I want to carve out my coaching practice, my angel card readings, my Reiki, and how I teach that in the groups that I was in. And I really had to take a look. But what happened was, again, for the third time, when I had a nervous breakdown, absolutely in the car. I mean, how many of you, yes, I'm talking to you, how many of you have had those panic attacks where you got the bag? That was me. That was me. And I had to go back to the doctor, and he said, "You're this close again." And that's when it hit. Because I had already looked at the power of nutrition, the power of mindset, and the power of energy healing. But I never really dove into the mindset. That's when that happened. And I spent weeks, because I went to the Chinese, and he said, "You got to this herb. You have no chi. You have nothing, nothing." And when I seeped those 3 times a day for 2 weeks, I sat in my room and cried and went through a review of what I had done, and ending up, you know, doing bankruptcy for my business and closing my business and going out. There was so much unknown, right? Which is
Right.
every day. Come on, every day. We don't have any more unknown now than we've ever had. So don't be doing that. We really don't. But yet, what did I do? I really looked at the power of all of those, and I put that and combined them all. And that's when I started being able to teach and really going out and saying, just like Einstein said, right? What did Einstein say? Energy never dissolves, it merely changes forms. And that's what I'm genius at, and helping others change the form of this pain in my foot and change it where you don't even feel it. And people that are in chronic pain, people that have immune system, there is something, yes, there's food, yes, nutrition. That's why it's power of nutrition. Not just what you eat. What are you bringing in vibrationally? What are you bringing in energy wise? The nutrition of that. That's what I mean by that too. And it doesn't have to be Reiki. Reiki's universal life force energy. We can call it XYZ. We really can. Energy is energy. But changing the forms of it, your brain can only do one thing. So now that my foot is really hurting, my toe, just standing on it, my brain doesn't know it because I'm here with you. And what am I doing? I'm smiling. I'm laughing. I'm bringing the chi up.
And you are truly one of the happiest people that I follow. You are always happy. You are always smiling. And it's impossible to look at you and not be smiling with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Because it is a vibrational field. And no matter what, you heal with your eyes. You do. And even on these Zooms and the all over everywhere on virtual, you still feel that because it's energy. And that is quantum physics again.
Right.
Energy, vibration, frequency. Change the form of whatever energy, anger, fear, pain. You can do it. It's so, and it really is just having the tools. And I love doing that. And that's why I call it energy empowerment coaching. Because I'm really helping you to follow your energy and understand that right now, a lot of people, it's not even your energy that you're feeling fear about. It's the world. We're in the collective. If you like it or not, we really are. And how do you move from being in so much pain, understanding, oh my gosh, I might be dying here, like what happened to me, to saying, to get inspired through here. And that's what I teach also, is get the head set, the heart set, and the gut set all aligned, moving your energy, understand how you move your energy, what it feels like, and you can do anything. You can do anything. I mean, I just jumped off a cliff 60, 50, 60, 80 feet up over at the lake. I'm almost 60. It was the highest because, and this was like 3 months, 4 months ago, and I hit wrong. And I could have killed myself. But what if I was in that water, relaxed, and I was so connected, feel the vibration, use the water to heal. Yeah, I was down for 3 weeks for help, and everybody came to help because I asked. That's a big one. You have, no matter what you're going through, ask for help. And if
Right.
the people around you are not giving you the help, keep asking the other people. Stop asking them, but don't stop altogether.
Yeah, and if you don't ask, nobody will come.
Yes,
So it
nobody will.
starts with making the ask is critical.
It absolutely, and that's part of the Shine On movement is asking for help.
Yeah, I have a coach that calls it get your ask on.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And the thing is taking that, being vulnerable. And I know some of you that are the introverts. I'm somewhat of an introvert also because when I shut down, you won't see me on social media. And it's usually right around 7 o'clock at night. I'm done because I'm in bed by 9 or 10 because I do self care. Sleep is the major thing, major.
Yeah, 7 hours of continuous sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your health.
Absolutely. And for years I didn't do it. Your brain and your body remembers that you have not slept. So it's making up because I know I'm up at 4:30 or 5 and I'm going all day. The biggest thing too is, right, Cheryl, is taking the time to stop 3 minutes, lay down. You actually align your synapses. Everything gets aligned in your spine. Just even if you only have 3 minutes.
Yeah, we actually have I think they're amethyst. It's a gemstone mat that radiates ultra red sonic energy.
The violet light. It's that violet
Thank you.
light
That's the
coming
word
through.
I'm looking for. So both my husband and I will take a time during the day where we lay down on it to just regenerate. And it doesn't take long, but just to take a moment for self care to lay down on it is fabulous. And I told you we have two new kitties. Well, they have discovered the mat. So sometimes we get to fight them for it. But yeah, no, it's very cute. So yeah, no, it's important. And I used to be guilty when I used to take a break like that. And, for what? For
Yeah.
what? It doesn't take that long and it's good for me. So no more guilt about self care of any form.
No, no, no. And me and Cheryl right now, right here, are giving you permission to stop in your day if it's 3 minutes or 5. And I really encourage and invite everyone to do this 2 or 3 times a day. I have it written in my schedule in between appointments, and it says angel rest, angel meditate, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, because it helps you to have more clarity and focus. But it also helps you get out of what? Your head.
Right. I take breaks to do little stress exercises. I actually published a book of 3-minute stress exercises. So you get all kinds of different ones that you can mix up. But I take breaks where I make sure that I do some of those exercises to let the top off of whatever was building up. Because I am never going to that place where I'm close to Addison's disease again. Never.
And it's just energy,
Hmm.
vibration, and frequency. This is not the woo-woos. It is really quantum. And this is how I coach also, is because you want to do better in your business. You want to have a better relationship. You want to have a better job. You want to have a better communication and a better relationship with money, food. It's about following the energy, not necessarily do this, do that. That's not. It's a mindset of understanding and feeling right in here, the heart, but you got to understand here first and not stay here and how we move to here. And then what happens, it moves to there. And then what happens, you actually take the action and you get inspired to
Right.
it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant because we really are miracles. I mean, this body, I mean, what we have done, come on, is a miracle that it's still working and we don't even have to think about it.
And the body really wants to be healthy and it wants to help you, but you have to help it so that it can.
Yes. And the thing is your body will tell you what to do. I
Right.
mean, haven't you ever gotten a rash all of a sudden? Then you go, oh, that food is really not really good for me. Or this, your body is constantly giving you energy, vibrational field, pushes. But
But
you're
if you don't listen, you don't hear it. I was not listening to my body and I had signs that my body was breaking down for years, but it went past my eyes so quick I didn't even stop to think about it. Now every morning when I get up, I look in the mirror and I ask myself, how do you feel today? And then I stop and I get quiet and I listen because then I make adjustments. It may be that I need to eat more vegetables. It may be that I need to move more because I didn't move enough the day before. It may be that I didn't get a great night's sleep and I need to make sure that I do the next night. But my body will tell me what it needs if I only will listen to it.
and that listening is taking the diaphragmic breathing. That's what we're talking about. Take the diaphragmic breathe so that you can calm your vibrational field, your nervous system, everything, your brain, because yeah, we get 80,000 thoughts a day. Just do the breathing and it'll take you out of there. And that's what will help you to come from your heart. And not only just listen, because you can listen and do nothing.
Right. Yeah, no, you have to act.
It's the act. And I always say right here from the gut.
Right.
That's the biggie. Be aware, be responsible, and take the action. Or like I like to say is change your mindset, energize your life, and shine on. Because it's so fun, because it is. It's getting out and it's really aligning. Follow the energy, anything that's happening, follow your energy. If you don't understand that, that's why I call my energy empowerment coach instead of just coach. I'm not a life coach. No, 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 no. I've been doing this for over 20 years. Very exciting.
And people don't know how to use their energy. So it's a needed skill that you have that you offer in your coaching because it's important. And it's very different from life coaching. And it's really different from health coaching, which is what I do.
Yes. Yes, it's very different. And once you have those five secrets, that's what I call them, because my book is 52 secrets, so I call them 5 secrets. When you have those, you get unstuck. And like I said, it's not acceptable that so many people are stuck right now. They really are stuck in their energy. And that's what I help is get you unstuck. Because I know that you want to be unstuck. And it's important that we run our energy so that we can be in what? In the smiles. Even if you're in pain, you can still choose. You can choose differently in how you feel.
Yeah, I love the word choose.
Yeah,
We get to choose our life.
we really do.
We have the power to do it. But having people understand that sometimes is not so easy. And it doesn't mean that where you are right now, you have chosen, but you can choose to be somewhere different.
Yes, yes. Every single time, every moment. That's beautiful because that is my commitment to the world. And I knew that way back when everything started to happen to me with my health and then also the dyslexic, was that I always knew my purpose or my mission or my commitment, even back then, is that everyone discovers that they can choose to be out of pain, choose to be happy, choose. They can choose how they want to feel. That's a big key. And when everybody really chooses what they really feel, yeah, you're going to go through some things. But yet, when you get to the outside, when you get on the other side of understanding how you really feel, that you can choose the way that you show up, watch how your life changes. People come in and out. You really realize where you want to be, and you really step into that happy feeling. And that's really
Right.
what, we are hardwired just to want to be happy and joy. That's where we come from. And
But
we
we
all,
block it. I don't know why we do that. We block it. So it's removing the blocks and believing that anything is possible.
The possibilities are endless. It's limitless. However, I'm going to say it's not actually removing the blocks. It's understanding that we integrate them. Because when we integrate any of, let's call it negative, then we have we want to always integrate the male and the female, the black and the white, the negative, the positive. There is no negative, there is no positive. There just is energy. So I don't remove, but I help you to recognize and release, but it will come back. It will come back all the time because 80,000 thoughts in your head. You'll come back to, why do I think that? It's training the mindset to go, I don't want that. I'm going to choose something different. And that's what the shake, because sometimes we just need to move your chi, move your nervous system, move your blood vessels, move everything around. So what happens? You don't stay in that energy field. Doing the shine on shake.
Is that what you want people who are watching this to do, is to get up and do the move on shake?
I want the shine on shake. Angel's asking you to get out of your shit, quit putting shit on other people, right? The collective of the negativity, and go ahead and do the shine on shake and release and do the breaths. And if you don't know how to do the breaths, get with me. I have a 4-minute video. I'd love to just share it with you, because it would help so much for you to step into let it go. Let it go. Right, Cheryl?
Right. Yeah. Now I do several breathing exercises depending upon what is going on in my body at the moment. The one I use the most often is the Dr. Andrew Weil 478 breathing exercise, because it does 478. You breathe in for 4, you hold it for 7, and then you whoosh it out of your mouth with your tongue up against your teeth for a count of 8. And it also resets your parasympathetic nervous system. I know how well it works on my body because I drive to my functional doctor through LA traffic, which is always stress inducing. And so I breathe the entire time that I'm driving out to her office. You only need to really do it for 3 minutes, which is 4 rounds. But I used to have super high blood pressure when I would get to her office. And now I have the best blood pressure of any of her patients. My pulse is lower than any of her patients. And they are always asking me, what do you do? And I'm doing this breathing exercise. So it's my standby, and it helps put me to sleep. It helps release my stress. If I'm feeling myself building up in stress, I do it right away. But I also do one where, as you were saying that you were sitting in your car, I breathe in the light and I breathe out the dark. And I do it to a cadence of 5.5 seconds, which is called the perfect breath. And if you do that for 3 or 4 minutes, that also will bring you down. It will bring you peace, and it will allow you to go back to your happy self.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Yes. And there's different ways, everybody. There's different ways to breathe. There's 4-4-4. I do a 6-2-8. So there's different ways, whatever for you. The thing is what he's saying, Cheryl, do it. Come
Right.
on. Give yourself permission.
And learn to breathe. There's
Learn to
actually a new book out on breath. He actually went back hundreds of years to relearn what the old yogis and the old wise men used to believe about breathing. And he believes that breathing properly is more important than stress or sleep to health. So, if anybody's curious and you want to read the whole history of breathing and how we can utilize it, his book is just called Breathe, and it's brilliant.
And it's very simple. It's not new, everybody. None of this, really none of anything that we're talking about is new. And you can look back 30, 40, 50, 60 years, because in the 1970s, Dr. Benson is the one that came out with belly breathing, the diaphragmatic breathing, and it will save your life. And I am standing here with everything I'm diagnosed with and telling you, absolutely. The other thing that saves, absolutely water. Water, 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 water,
Right,
water.
right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Water and the breath. And then, of course, mindset. Yes. And then the mindset and what else is staying unstuck. I know I say that, but you know what? There's so many stuck in their energy and they don't realize energy. So coming from that place.
Do you want to share a couple of the tips from your book? I don't want you to give the whole book away because I want people to go buy your book, but share a couple of the tips from your Shine On book that people could utilize to be healthy.
Okay, so let's do it this way because it's 52 secrets for greater success and higher self-esteem. So it's really a book, pick one a day. It's not a sit down, read the whole thing because it has a place where you can write in it and you work throughout the day and it has an action. So I'm going to ask you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Self-esteem. Okay, this is secret number 26. Here's the quote, and I quote myself. When you shine with healthy self-esteem, challenges and self-doubt.
You cut out, unfortunately. Say that one more time. Our internet connection's a little bit iffy, and it's probably me in Sedona. So
So the secret number 26, self-esteem. When you shine with healthy self-esteem, challenges and self-doubt fall away.
beautiful.
So true, right? Self-doubt, right? When you really step into your self-esteem. And what it is it gives you a definition and it gives you a couple of stories. So self-esteem is complete acceptance of yourself and confidence in your abilities. And that's a challenging one for many, many, and especially
For me,
women.
for years it was. For
Oh,
years it was. I lived in fear for years. I think one of the greatest things now, you're about to turn 60. I'm about to turn 72. But the best thing about being 72 is my fear is completely gone. I am fearless now. And God, I wish I had been this way earlier in my life. The only person who got in my way was me.
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what you do now to help people. And that's what I do. And that self-esteem is so important because the attitude of positive limitless possibilities, powerful opportunities, and awesome relationships. So true. Oh my gosh, I wrote that. Um, it is so true because boosting your self-esteem is a mental practice that can increase your happiness and success in your life. And it is a practice. Everything is a practice. We said it earlier. What you think about, you bring about. Where are you? Take that out and feel what you feel and be more appreciative of self. And it's really important that even the studies have shown that many people have diminished their self-esteem because of their preconceived opinions of others. It really is. If someone else says, "Oh, you're not doing it right, Angel." I mean, I used to listen to people and I would change it. I mean, this book, I'm a Reiki master. I work with energy. This book, at the time I had this coach, said not to put Reiki in here. It doesn't have Reiki in here because I listened to him.
But it should. Are you going to do another book someday?
I already started. It's almost halfway done. And it is all about energy. And yes, it brings in Reiki, but it brings in a lot of different modalities because it doesn't matter. It's quantum physics. How do you really want to shift your energy? But listening to others and really stepping into your self-esteem. And what I love too is Shine. My dog is on the front. There she is. And the reason I did that is because Shine speaks in every single chapter. So this is what she has to say about self-esteem. Shine's self-esteem is built on praise, learning new tasks, and having a job to do. That's really a dog. Dogs are all 2 to 3 years old all the time. That's their mentality. And her job right now is to be quiet and sit over there and wait for mom to get done. And that's what she does. So it's really fun to read it because you get to see the dogs too. So here's the action step. We ready?
Okay.
Okay, here's the action step. Now take a deep breath because that's how I started. Action stuff, breathe. Because why? I want you present. We want the head set, the heart set, and the gut set to all be in alignment. You to be present because you really are the gift. Play on words, but it works. Every night, write down 3 positive aspects about yourself and breathe. What are you doing? It's like the gratitude journal we've heard before. But what are we doing when you do 3 things? So this isn't the gratitude is, I love my house. Thank you for my house, my job, my this, my that. No, 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 no. This is on a different level because it really comes to you. In writing 3 things that you are what? Positive aspects. Like, I love my hair. It's so easy. It just does this. It just does this in the morning. I am so blessed with my hair. I am. And
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful
oh,
color.
thank you. And I'm blessed with the tone, being Italian, the tone of my skin. That's what I'm asking you to do is the positive aspects is being in grateful gratitude for what? The eyes to see, the nose to breathe, my teeth, the way that I show it's here. It's not outside. This is the positive. And that's why this is such a great self-help tool. You just pick one, but you do that action step. And it's really easy. I put them, when you put your shoes on, when you take a shower, when you get up in the morning, I related it. So what I've heard from people is my book doesn't shame you into you're not doing something right. It says, come
Well,
on.
if you're saying positive things about yourself, there's no way to do it wrong.
No, no. So there's an action step that can really help. And that's
Fabulous.
what this is. It's not a book you sit and you read it, and it's not a book that you get online ebook too. I don't recommend an ebook because you want to physically touch it. And usually I give away a book, but I don't know how we do that here, but I would love to give away a book.
Yeah, I don't have any way to collect addresses from Voice America. So if they want to contact you, I'll put that underneath this podcast so that they can do that.
Yes, and I
So,
really encourage that you don't go to Amazon because I want to physically sign it for you. Go to my website.
and you
And
want to put your energy into it.
yes, and then you get that energy. It's really exciting. And I just had one lady call and she said, I read the whole entire book in one sitting, and I only read what Shine had to say.
You have a very wise dog.
I was like, okay. And she's like, it really taught me a lot because they're so simple. It's very simple. What a dog feels about all of honesty, lack, intuition, fear, and they're all in here. And when you go through the day and you have an action step, when you have a different perspective, that's key. Then you'll stay unstuck forever.
Which is the whole idea.
Yes, it's moving your chi and moving your energy so you have more joy. And then you physically feel better and you can be in service and give to others. And really, we're hardwired. We just want to be valued. We really do. We want to be loved. We don't understand that a lot of times, but we definitely want to feel valued and a part of something.
Right. Well, community is huge.
It really is.
Having a passion and a goal to help the world, a mission, is an important element of health.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it's not only, we want to receive love, absolutely, but we also want to be able to give love freely. It's so important. And that brings so much self love that we're able to be out there giving love.
Yes, yes. And I really want to stress upon and invite each and every one of you, if you're not asking for help, when you ask, you let that person feel that goodness of, oh, I'm helping someone. You're denying somebody of that when you're not asking for it. That's huge. I ask for help all the time. I have no problems with that. And the thing is people
We're
want,
not always very good at it. I actually had a very good friend, and it's been many years, call me up and say, don't you dare block me from being able to help you. Don't you dare. You have been there for me, and don't you dare take that pleasure away from me. Wow, she really stopped me in my tracks. And obviously, I have never forgotten it.
yes. And that is a great one. It's a great one because especially introverts, I find that I coach, they'll come in and say, I can tell. And I'm like, you're an empath, you're feeling everything. And I know you're coming to me because I'm an empath and you feel the vibration of it, but you're also an introvert and yet you're denying. So let's get these tools, little tiny tools to help you so you can really step into your power. Because I would say I'm a little bit of an introvert too. But
yeah, I go back and forth. I'm the person who has some of each. I have moments when I am definitely an introvert and moments when I am definitely an extrovert. So,
yes, absolutely. Should we pick one more or where are we
yeah,
at?
let's pick another one. We have plenty of time.
Okay, so tell me.
Stop.
Inspiration.
Cool.
These are good ones. Yeah, secret number 21, inspiration. Here's the quote. Inspiration is an inner power that activates outer change. Woo, that was a pretty good quote.
It is a good quote.
Because that inner power is that inspiration, but it comes from here, not here. It comes from here and it comes from the gut. And that outer change is when you start to do what? Like we said, take the action.
Right.
Take that huge action. Inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something. It is a brilliant idea that arouses your desire to take action. It deepens its deep inner feeling that moves you to be enthusiastic in your life. Many people ask, Angel, how can you keep getting inspired action to get inspired to take the action? Honey, and I don't mean to say honey like that, but it really is a practice. It's being in the place of taking the deep breath and saying, okay, I want this. I feel this. People go, oh, I want it. I have to have it. I'm just no.
No.
I really, and that's what that inspired action comes from is here.
And when we lead with the heart, it feels different than when we lead with the brain.
Mhm.
You know when you're leading with the heart that you're on the right track. Your brain may not be taking you down the right track, and it doesn't always tell you the truth. But when you're leading with your heart, it's a totally different energy, and it feels totally different.
Totally different. Yes, and it feels totally different. Beautiful. Yes. And then let's see. Here's one of the stories, okay? So,
Okay.
and I haven't read this in so long. It's really fun, actually. I have been called a catalyst. Oh, the motivator, and sometimes the cheerleader for friends and friends. I also go to other inspirations. So, what I used to do is I used to have this coffee time, and people would come to the coffee time, and I would do readings for everyone. And it got to there was getting more and more people, and I kept having to move it because it was inspiring people and setting the tone. And that was one of the things that I used to do. And in Empower the Week, finding like-minded people is an amazing way to stay inspired. So I really encourage you, even on this virtual, go ahead. There's many groups that you can get involved with. And it's a weekly thing, a daily thing. I do Facebook all the time and really interact. You're laughing because you see I have my song
Right.
and I do Tai Chi on there too to help. So you can get involved and feel valued in that community again that we're really searching for.
And find something that inspires you. There has to be things that inspire you. Find what it is for you because it will make a huge difference in your life. It will make you alive again.
And it's not always just to find it because you don't need to find it because you got it. You got it, you got it, got it. It's igniting it. It's choosing to do what? Head set, heart set, and the gut set, putting them together and actually moving in the place, that action. So what does Shine have to say? Speak, shine, speak is what it says. So what does Shine have to say about inspiration? Food and treats inspire. Oh, come on. Food, treats, playing, that's a dog because that's
Right.
all they want. When I heard no, she did a good job and listened to my command, she is inspired to do it again. And that's, if you've ever seen on Facebook, see me saying, good morning, shy, 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 good morning. And she gets excited. It also helps me set the
Of
tone
course.
for the day. Yes. So what is your action? You ready for the action?
Yep.
Everybody breathe. Belly breathe, diaphragmatic breathe. Let it go. Let all that stress go. Let it go. Kickstart your energy after lunch with movement such as running, walking, or dancing. The shine on shake, right? The shine on shake that we did earlier. And breathe. See how easy this is? It's reminding you that maybe you ate too many carbs and you're feeling a little sluggish. Maybe you ate too much, but it's reminding you to just go ahead and take that deep breath and kickstart it by some movement. The shine on shake is great. Just do the movement. Just move a little bit and it moves the blood, the nervous system. It gets the perineum, right? It gets all of it going. So that's your action. And then you get to write in it right there.
Cool. Fun book.
Fun. It is a fun book. And you just take them one a day or however you'd like to do it. And like, again, I would love to send it to you and actually sign it.
So we'll make sure people know how to find you.
That's
How are we
fun.
doing here? Okay. I didn't ask you any of the questions. What did you do to start your healing process? Where did it start from the very beginning?
Where did it start? It started way back when I was a kid and I started seeing all of my family being diagnosed with this. And I wasn't at that time. I mean, I guess I always had it, but yet I was an athlete. So when it really started was when I started seeing everybody in everybody was going downhill and they were taking all the drugs and it was changing them right before my eyes.
Right.
And then me being diagnosed and almost dying 3 times, that's when I really put all of those together. That's when it really started for me. And it was a lot of study. It was because at that time, there wasn't study. Like now you can find so much on Google. We didn't have the Googleage.
I know. It's so much easier to research now than it used to be.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And I really did study all of that way back. And that's when I put it all together, all 3 of them, and combined them and really realized that it really does take the head set, the heart set, and the gut set and to really put them together. And that's when I really stepped into the healing. And then that's when I opened up the Lightworkers Gifts Center because I wanted to shout it. I can walk. I'm doing this, and it's yes because of what I'm eating. Yes, because of how I exercise. Yes, but mostly it's because of my mindset,
right,
and how I can get out of here and come from the heart set.
Do you actually have a studio where you meet with people, or are you totally virtual?
Oh no, I'm one of the few actually that is still seeing people. There's a lot of criteria you have to go through though. You do to come to my office. And yeah, we wear masks and there's a whole thing that we talk about like you have to not go to anywhere before you come here. You have to, and I ask history. There's quite a bit because I have immune system stuff going on.
Right.
So
I know. I still meet people in my office, but we stay 6 feet apart and we wear our masks when we're in there. But there's something about doing it one-on-one that's a different energy than doing it virtually. Although I do a lot virtually now. I really love when it's the one-on-one because it's heart to heart.
And this is what I'm hearing right now is I'm one of the few Reiki masters that is still seeing people personally. And I am okay with that because I know energy and I know, and I am an empath. I'm intuitive or psychic. I don't really like that word, but yet I'm so in tune with channeling. I know when, no, I don't think I should see that person in person. Of course, I don't say it like that, but yet it's like, okay, let's just meet. And then I know that I'm safe to meet. And sometimes we're just in my patio. It's a beautiful patio and we're just 6 feet apart.
Right.
And then I can do Reiki, distant Reiki. I do it online all day. And
right. I was going to say, I'm sure you also do Reiki virtually.
Oh, yes. Distant Reiki is one of the biggest things they call. And they're like, I can feel this. How can I be feeling this? And I'm not there. And like, because it's energy. It's not woo woo. It is quantum physics. We're just energy. And it does heal. It absolutely, I'm proof of that. And so many. So yes, I'm still seeing people, and they love it when we're in the patio. I have a little heater, even though we're in Phoenix, it's not really that cold.
Right. It could be rather warm, but
Yes, it's
okay. Then my last question is, how long have you been doing Reiki? And what's the difference between Reiki and the Elite Reiki system?
oh, okay. I've been doing Reiki for over 25 years. And I found the Reiki when I was studying energy. And I found Reiki, but then I also, when I opened the center, I have so many other modalities that are like Reiki because there is so many out there, right? So I adopted all of them. So I still do Reiki. And why I created the Elite Reiki system is because many people come to me and they want to learn how to do Reiki on themselves for themselves, level one. And then level two is doing it and helping others. You can start a whole business with it. After you stay in level two for a little bit, I don't recommend just going right out because there's things you have to understand about yourself. But then a lot of people would say, oh, I'll just go to master, but I don't want to teach anybody and take students on. So the elite is another segment of it. Is more systems where I help them start a business from the marketing, from social media to the website to, and I take them through this whole, and it's a 5 module instead of just the 3 that you just want to do it on yourself, and I don't recommend you do it on your family because you're too close to them. I don't recommend that, or your friends, but you really just work with your pets, your plants. A lot of people just want it for
And
themselves.
actually, I want to back up for a minute. I'm assuming that people listening to us know what Reiki is, but they may
Oh,
not.
yeah,
So
that's
let's tell them what it is so that they understand what we're talking about.
okay. Okay. Reiki, Ray, universal life force, Ki, Chi, prana, energy. We all have Ki, Chi, prana. This cup has my vibrational field of energy on it now. If you gave me something, you would have your field of vibration. We all have energy. Everything has energy. Everything is emitting energy. And Ray is the universal life force. It is on a wave that you can't see like Wi-Fi, but it comes in and we can call it Reiki or we can call it XYZ. And if you look on the internet and you put Reiki in, you might get traditional Reiki, angel Reiki. They focus on the angels, shaman Reiki. Now, I could go on and on. There's so many different Reikis. I teach Usui Reiki. Usui was Dr. Usui who taught it in the 1800s. I have taken his and I have a whole manual. And so it's Usui Reiki. Is it better than Karuna Reiki? Is it better than traditional Reiki? Is it better? You know what? What I tell people is it's the person that you pick as your Reiki master that you're
Right.
connected to. That's the important. I had one student I met when he was 14 that came into light workers. He is now almost 30. He went to a school and learned Reiki from the school after he already went through master with me, and he wanted to see what they were teaching. He came back to me and he said, Angel, you teach all of it. You teach about the angels, you teach about the shaman, you teach all of it, but I do one-on-ones. I do not do groups. Because people that come to me, they're usually empaths. And it's on a different level. And when you get attuned, the attunement is very powerful. It shifts your vibrational field in forever. And do you really want to be shifted and have that experience with other people and energies? Honey,
No, and you want to be shifted with a Reiki healer who knows what they're doing and is of the light.
absolutely, because you'll bring in whatever that Reiki master's going through.
Right.
You do, and yeah, I've reattuned many people, and then there's also the ones that you get attunement online. I really caution you, be careful with the online stuff when it comes to Reiki, universal life force energy, because the attunement is powerful. And you want to have that interaction with the Reiki master. I mean, I provide coaching from here on out. You don't even have to pay my regular hourly rate when you become a student. And I also have different classes. I do so much with my students because they need that one-on-one to get through.
So if I were to come to you for a Reiki session, would I lay down? Would I sit down? Are we sitting across from each other? Explain how it works for you.
Well, what we do is you would come in, and the first hour is on the energy empowerment coaching. So you understand energy and what's really happening here. Okay, so that's the first hour. And then the next hour is teaching you tools, also in that first hour, tools to be able to understand how you release negative energy and connect. And then what we do is we do the Reiki. And yes, you lay down fully clothed. I'm not touching. I have my mask on because there's different positions that you do throughout the body for Reiki that is taught. And I teach those, and then I ask you to forget all about it and do it your own way, but I got to teach you something. So when you do come in, it's a distant, but then there's also, I'm going to teach you how to release energy. You're going to experience everything. So that's a 2-hour session. So, I mean, just last week I had a lady that said, I'm ready to go to level 1. And I said, well, you have to come in first for a 2-hour because I'm interviewing you as much as you're interviewing me.
Right.
And how
Makes sense.
I'm coaching, because I'm bound to you for life. That's a duty of a Reiki master. I'm bound to you for life no, I don't have to help you move, but helping you with energetically. And that's anybody starts any of my packages or anything with me of coaching or Reiki, it's different than going to a different coach because I'm energetically holding your vibrational field and I'm helping with that. So yeah, it's in your best interest to call and say, or text and say, I have a job interview. I'm going to help you out. Vibrationally, I'm going to help. I'm going to be there with you. That's the difference in the Reiki and the coaching one-on-one than doing mass, which people do, 10 people, 7 people. They give one attunement to the whole group. No, there's 4 attunements just in level 1, and you will get those personally. And I also do husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I will do that also. That's the only time, but only 2 in a group because it's your experience.
Well, and I would imagine the energy would be confusing if there was too much energy in that room.
It really is. It's exactly. It is.
And you want to be able to tune in to the person that you're working with.
Yes.
And if there's other energies coming at you, that would be impossible.
Yes. And it really is a sacred ceremony for the person. It is, because you will never forget, because you're not going to be the same. I can guarantee you will not be the same. I can't guarantee that you're going to feel energy or because that is a practice you do have to bring. You have to put in the activities. However, I guarantee you will not be the same. You will look at life differently because you will be attuned. That is, we have beliefs. We have a foundation of our belief systems, and those will be shattered. And that's why they must come in to see me for that 2-hour. Then I give them 2 weeks before they can go to level 1, because I want them to get those tools that I gave them. So they start drinking more water. They start understanding energy. They start understanding how to breathe. They start understanding all of the tools I give them. So they're understanding them and how they're running. Then they go to level 1, because shake them. It will shake you.
Yeah, especially if you've never done any of it before.
You've never done any energy work. You must. And some people, they just the cheapest person that they can find, and they go to a group, they don't even, they get attuned, and they're floundering. And that's when I get a call and go, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, come back in. And then they go, well, aren't we going to do? No, I'm going to coach you because you don't have a foundation. We got to get to the foundation of understanding you and give you some tools. Then go do that a little, and then come back, and then we'll attune you. Then you'll be able to handle it and go, oh, I get it. I got the tools. I'm taking that tool, and yep, I'm going to work on it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So to me, Reiki Reiki's energy, but the system of it is there's many different systems you can use. And the system that I use, I've been using for so long, and it works because I give you tools, not just I'm going to tune you and send you on your way.
Right. You're not just doing energy work on the person, you are actually teaching them how to do energy work on themselves.
And they experience it. And then they go, oh, wait, I felt like whoa. And a lot of times their gifts opens up and it's like, oh, I can hear, I got colors. I saw a vision. And their gifts are opening because they did what? They're in the present. And
right.
They're not stuck anymore. Get unstuck now.
Okay, I was going to say, is there anything else you want to share with our listeners? And I think Get Unstuck Now is a great place to end it.
Yes.
So thank you. This has been great fun. I've really enjoyed, and I've gotten to know you better, which has been delightful. So thank you for coming on my show. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome, Cheryl, and thank you for what you're doing and your commitment to the people that you are bringing on and helping too. So thank you. And thank you. And I can't wait.
Thank you.